Together, Luce and drawing the UK against the table 5. The Luce and drawing the UK against the table 5. The information is that Abid Jao, the best player from Zanzibar, which is an island, a part of Tanzania, semi-independent, having a government of its own, with some kind of federal arrangement in which it is under the mainland Tanzania. He's the best player from that island. He's drawing 3-all with Uganda's Caesar Chandiga racing to 7 for a place in the second life round of last 32, because this match is in the round of last 64. As a reminder, ABEID did defeat Hazard yesterday very convincingly and by 7 frames to 1. I am having 2 streams at the same time. Break and Finish Live does have the match between Kelvin of Zambia and Col Riak of Kenya's Stroke South Sudan. He's South Sudanese, but he's part of the Mchana Club. In that one, it is 5 frames to 2. The Zambian is in the lead. In this one, 3-3 between ABEID and Caesar. Racing to 7. Caesar is one of 2 players left in the competition with 2 lives. A double F tournament it is. The first life final shall be contested between himself and Zambia's Moses Mofia. That one will be happening just around tomorrow afternoon. Thereafter, we shall have the second life final, and if need be, a grand final. I'm saying that if need be because it's not a must that if Caesar win both lives, either of them will be taking positions number 1 and 2. And yes, both of them are still in with 2 lives, with Mafia yet to play his match. Caesar needing to put 1 more red, perhaps with backspin, because cue ball naturally is drawn leftwards where the black is, just like against red to the corner pocket bottom left for him to record what will be his 4th out of the first 7 frames. It's a very welcoming table, but it is a miss. The ball was played wrongly. He played it into the cushion other than playing it direct. ABEID. He's a very decent player, ABEID, for the last 3 years where I've been swimming matches involving him. First
ABEID is leading 4-0. On table number 5, it is decided 6-6. Omari, table number 1. Saidi Finaka is not there. Let's have a walk over counter, please. Table number 1. We have no time. Wamsabiri kama hakuna Finaka, Saidi anasabira. Prediction Curry, triple 5. Prediction Curry, triple 5. Then again, the last game will be Soto versus Lukia. That will be the last game. Round after the game is 19. Then we can go to the next round. That is everything.
Sorry for that little network glitch. I just learned that every time it does happen, I switch off the network for 30 minutes, 30 seconds. And then once switched on, it returns in about 10 to 15 seconds. Then becomes solid as time goes. And there is a chance by ABEID to take yet another frame of Caesar. He's demonstrated that he can mean to have a good record against Ugandan players, especially after taking down Hazard yesterday evening, one of the most one-sided matches in the entire competition, and by 7 frames to 1. If he can beat Caesar, that will be something of a statement from the Tanzanian. CUEMASTERS Arusha is our location, and it is a beehive of activity. Day 3 of 4 of the CUEMASTERS International Carnival, second edition. First edition was held earlier in the year in Dar es Salaam. This one is the second. Defending champion Roy Kabwe, but with one life, as Abid Jao plays what will be an equalizer against Caesar. Cue ball couldn't have been played any better than that. He'll be potting black to instill hope in himself that he can take down pretty much the guy that is now the tournament favorite. There he goes. ABEID 4 and Caesar 4. Now rest to 3.
Okay. Table number 6. Duncan and Patrick Nyambusi. Duncan, Patrick Nyambusi, table number 6. Patrick Nyambusi and Duncan, table number 6. Table number 6. Patrick Nyambusi and Duncan. Duncan, table number 6, and Nyambusi, table number 6. Table number 16, Elon and Noah. Elon Noah, table number 16. Elon Noah, table number 16. Nyangusi, Daka kuja tebo namba 6.
Thank you for watching. RV Marvins, you're asking about the team events. They are resuming tomorrow. For today, just about the singles in the men's and ladies category. The team events, we'll be having 3 rounds of matches tomorrow. Perhaps all of them in a row, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final, all of them rest to 13. And with matches being played on 2 if not 3 tables, it will not take too much.
Dula and Hazard, table number 9. Hazard and Dula, table number 9. Patrick Nyangusi, last 4. Patrick Nyangusi, last 4. Table number 6.
Nerofan appreciating Abeid's talent, saying it is very good. You are not wrong. I do appreciate it as well. Basembeza Arafat, thank you for watching. Ronnie Kenny Dola, your Caesar will win. Let's wait and see. Konya Simon Peter, thank you for watching. And yes, X Roger, thank you for watching as well. You are watching Caesar and DAU, as ABEID is so popularly known. Drawing for all, racing 2. I am in a very good way impressed by the Tanzanians, not just today, but also the first edition of the CUEMASTERS Championship. They just enjoy the game, they love their players, but for the non-Tanzanian players, they let them play in peace. The venue, the atmosphere isn't hostile at all. I, in a special way, want to thank the management of CUEMASTERS for inviting me to stream and facilitating my return bus fare from Zambia on the bus to Arusha, and then on the bus to Kampala when the tournament does end this coming Monday. I hope that by Tuesday morning I will be on the bus, and then it takes a full day and a full night of travel to get home. There's action happening in the ladies as well. I can see one of Kenya's best players. She's called Jackie Githingi, taking on the Ugandan Amina Faith Nganda. There's an all-Kenyan clash between Doreen Wandia and Patricia Keruche. Those matches are in the round of last 16 in the second. In the second life, I really look forward to the performance of the 3 Zambians, Kelvin, Mofian players like Abdallah Hussein, like DAU himself, as they countries, most especially Kenya and Uganda. There is the lead by DAU for the first time in the match. Maybe, yes, it is realistic. He could take down Caesar. 9 frames to go. Sorry, 9 frames played. DAU 5 and Caesar 4. Once again, 5 frames to 4. Caesar leads against Abid Jao. Kelvin Fikoti, another of the second life favorites, has defeated Cole Riak of South Sudan by 7 frames to 2. Tanzania's Shere Make has defeated Henry Mwangi, one of Kenya's better players, by 7 frames to 4. Kina, the Tanzanian, has defeated Innocent Sami of Tanzania by 7 frames to 2. Innocent Sami still recovering from a hand injury which he got while playing football. He's a top quality goalkeeper in the Tanzanian Premier League. Saif Hamad is taking on Baraka, and the score currently is yes, 4 frames to 1. Saif is down. David Mbudhibike, the Kenyan, has defeated Tanzania's Yebo Yebo by 7 frames to 3. Yes, Abdul Kiande, you now know Kiande, I know. He has defeated Steven Jackson of Tanzania by 7 frames to 4. There has been a 7-0 thumping of Singano Junior by Fahad Farah. The Kenyans are really having a good tournament so far. Royd Kabwe, the defending champion, has defeated Jamal, the Tanzanian, by 7 frames to 1. Moka from Tanzania has defeated Kenya's Joseph Mugisha by 7 frames to 2. There's also an ongoing match between Edwin Kikwai of Kenya. He's leading by 3 frames to 2 against Ozil Sami. The next match coming up is the Tanzanian player nicknamed Messi. He's actually called Musa Mukwega, and will be taking on Moses Mofia. Now here comes Caesar. Potting red and manipulating cue ball for Tricky Black is something different altogether. He may have sight of the black or not. Whether or not he can pot it is something different. Cue ball is frozen against the cushion. It looks very tricky, and yet if he doesn't pot, there is high likelihood that ABEID will not only pot his yellows, 6 of them in number, but the black as well. He seems to have sight of the black. He plays it, but not to perfection. He doesn't pot. There is a risk that perhaps to Caesar, ABEID is about to win a 6th to need 1 out of 3. There is anticipation to the Tanzanian fraternity that their best result in the competition in the men's singles is perhaps on the cards. This is ABEID Jao, wanting to put 2 yellows to the same corner pocket. The 2 yellows so close to each other, one of them should be played first. Yes, playing the cue ball into another yellow. I want to think moving it close to the center pocket, just like that, should be good. He does mean to have a good pattern on the table, ABEID. The yellow close to the black will be played last because it guarantees him cue ball. For black, it should be a frame as gone. Should be ABEID winning a 6th. In anticipation, in expectation of victory, ABEID is on the verge of simply rolling the yellow. I believe cue ball just, he may be tempted to play backspin, put both yellow and black to the same corner pocket. Perfect. The rest is a formality. The Tanzanian looks to take down in the same home competition. ABEID Jao, Tanzania, Zanzibar 6, Caesar Chandiga, Uganda 4. Race to 7, 3 frames to go. Caesar must win them all, or else lose one of his lives to the Tanzanian. What's that? I want to see the comments. The break by ABEID has not only been fair, He has also gotten to make one yellow ball on the break and has gotten a relatively good split of the balls. You fancy he will be going for the yellows as long as he's able to make one ball, but then with a second look on the table, the reds look better position. Nonetheless, he's going for the yellows. Maybe being guided by the fact that one of the reds is so close to the cushion where he has just positioned the cue ball. At one time it looked as though the cue ball was aiming into the center pocket. At the following time, he looks to have denied himself cue ball for easy pot of one of his 5 yellows on the table. But yes, the one that is rightwards of them all is potable by cut to the corner pocket bottom right. He plays it, but not on target. Caesar needs all his might, all his potting prowess, all his experience, all his technique, and maybe a little bit of luck, even to stand a chance of winning this match, because he must win 3 frames in a row. I've not seen that happen before. ABEID has been oozing with the quality all throughout the competition. This one is the 3rd match he's playing today. It's the 2nd actually. The first he played, he took on a fellow Tanzanian, and ABEID won by 7 frames to 2. I did stream that one on Break and Finish live on Facebook. For Caesar, the aim is to map out a pattern to win frame number 11 and perhaps go for another win in frame number 12, which if he did, will be taking this match into a decider. Potting a ball, playing the cue ball into another of his reds, having now the 4 reds into space. Will he play the cue ball into the dead red? Will he pot it? That is perfection from the Scorpion. Now when your opponent needs to win 3 frames in a row and plays a shot that good, it is a reason to worry. If you are a fan of ABEID, if you're Tanzanian, it is even more reason to worry if you are ABEID himself. Looks a gone frame. The red close to the black should be played last of them all and to the center pocket left. Another top of the cue ball against the red he's looking at, but with too much precision and too little power. Doesn't want the cue ball to move so far away from the red. He's just playing. That is perfection with a capital P. You do fancy that he will want to play another little backspin, maybe play the cue ball into the yellow or something. Oops, that was a little risky, playing his red off the yellow. I'm not even certain he intended it. He looks to have miscued a little. He's looking at the tip of his key stick, wondering why it has let him down the time that he really did not want. You now do fathom that his best choice, his best chance of recovery is by banking the black off the right cushion to the corner pocket bottom left. If he doesn't get the shot right, more likely than not, ABEID will be finishing the frame and will be winning the match. Here comes ABEID, Caesar going for the bank. Off the right cushion to the corner pocket. Bottom left, it seems off. Yes, off it is. ABEID will be on the verge as long as he gets to make one ball. He could pot, he could go for safety, he could go for defense, goes for defense. Not defensive enough though, because Caesar will have little sight of the black. That was a little bit careless. His backspin lacked a little bit of direction. His intention was to hide the cue ball behind the yellow, which hasn't been the case, and Caesar having little sight of the black, perhaps almost all of the black. The most realistic prospect of a shot is a sharp cut of the black to the corner pocket bottom left. Here comes Caesar. The aim is to have a right cut of the black to move it leftwards to the corner pocket bottom. If he does, then the match will be alive again for him. He does so, but not so well. Again, advantage DAU. Even before DAU plays the last yellow scissor dance, the Tanzanian full fraternity, one of their stars defeating one